my name is Swish. That is Onik. How many people here had never heard about Trufan before they came here? All right, well, that's a great start. Thank you. Good feeling there. I'm really excited, though, to pitch it. Both Onik and I moved from Vancouver to Toronto 4 days ago. Probably the worst time to move to Toronto, in my opinion. But at the same time, we're here. We're really excited to meet all of you. And the platform that we built is something that we're really, really proud about. To give you guys a bit of context, we are a web platform that directly helps brands and celebrities reward their top fans. We noticed that there were two big problems in marketing today. A is within influencer marketing, where a ton of influencers are not quote-unquote influencers. They have bought their engagement, they have bought their followers, or they're just not aligned with the brands that they're working with directly. The second big problem that we noticed was within paid advertising. So the ability for you just to put in money into Instagram and Facebook, plug your nose and hope that A, somebody will see your ad, but B, somebody will click into it and then finally purchase. So we thought those were two pretty big problems to go after. It's why we've developed this platform, which is going through right now a technical difficulty. Wonderful. But at the same time, we've raised a couple of dollars for this. We're moving to Toronto, obviously. We're at Round 13 Capital, which is at 100 Broadview Ave, pretty close by. And when the screen comes up, I will be able to start the walkthrough. Perfect. Can everyone see everything perfectly? Yes, no, maybe so. I can see the screen in front of me. Well, no. Sure, why don't I do that? So we break up our categories whenever the dashboard does come up. We'll basically break up our categories into three types of main fans. Number one are engaged individuals that have engaged with your content by liking, by sharing, by commenting, saving your posts, and directly engaging with you through direct messages as well. The second type of fan are influential fans, so individuals that have a following themselves. They get a little boost on our ranking if they're verified. And finally, they're very active on social media, so they're just not random bots that you'd likely see in that list. The final type of fan, which we're really proud about, are trending fans, so people that have recently started following you, and ideally you want to keep them on the bandwagon for a while. So homepage is up. Let's get started with this really quickly. You get onto the homepage after logging in with your social media, and you're going to see this lovely dashboard. The first part is the health indicator that basically compares your health as an account to your industry's average. Below that, you can see things like your engagement by your top 500 fans. So imagine you saw like 99% there. It would mean that your top 500 fans makes up almost 100% of your engagement on social media. Think about seeing 5% there. It would mean that your top 500 fans might not even be all the people that are engaging with your content on social. Beyond that, you can see positive engagement. So we have a really cool NLP engine that we built out that can not only gauge words, but emojis. Obviously, our generation seems to use emojis a lot, so we thought it'd be really cool being able to analyze the sentiment, whether that's positive, negative, or neutral, and being able to show you that. The final really key thing is your secondary degree network. So on Trufan, you'll see your top 500 fans. But what's really cool is that you can actually download a CSV file and put that back into social media to not target those people with advertising, but target their secondary degree network. So ideally, people that they've probably already seen a little bit about you because their friends have probably retweeted you or have tweeted about you or have liked your content, but they're more likely not to directly see your advertising. Getting into the dashboard, though, this is how it basically looks like. You can see all your top fans laid out. You can filter them, as I said, by engaged, influential, and trending. We're actually working towards adding two new types of fans. Casual, which would be people that are actually dropping off, who are starting to hate you, sad face. And then finally also ghost followers, so people that are liking your content, commenting on it, but they just don't follow you back yet. And ideally, you want to get that follow back. That's what I like to do too. Filtering fans. Ideally, you can filter them by location, by distance, by followers, and sentiment. What's really cool is I ran my own account, which obviously I'm not going to show you for privacy reasons, but at the same time, we were able to actually see like who in New York, for example, that is near me right now and really, really loves me, has a following range between 5,000 to 50,000 followers that I can reach out to engage with. The final part is the fan profile. So imagine that you started messaging these people, you gave them discount codes and promo codes, they're loving what you're saying. The final part is, can you actually learn a little more about them? And that's where when you get into the fan profile, you can learn about their overall engagement on social media compared to how they engage with you. So in case you're like, why don't they engage with me that much? Maybe they just stopped engaging on social media in general, and you can study their activity that way. You can also see their engaged interactions. So every interaction they've ever had with you, you can see that, and you can start a conversation hopefully on that basis. If there isn't any interactions, well, you can start a new one. And then you can also see their recent activity. One cool thing we're working towards that we actually came to Toronto to build out is the similar fans category that you see on the left. Ideally, we want to be able to show individuals not only who their top fans are, but who are new customers that ideally would have similar characteristics to their top fans. If we're able to show you that, not only can we promise you then that you can engage with people that already love you or equally hate you passionately, but at the same time, we can hopefully also find you new customers that have similar characteristics to the people that are already following you. So again, we're really excited to be in Toronto. Both Anik and I really do believe that Canadian entrepreneurship is something we should be really proud about. We don't highlight it a lot, sadly, but events like TechTO, I think, did a really, really good job of doing that. So thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate it.
Questions?
It could be about basketball too, don't worry. There's one over there, I think.
Hey guys, I think your idea is awesome. I think that's something that we need, especially within the social network world. What social network profiles do you connect with? Do you have to sign contracts to receive this information? I suppose there's some sort of confidentiality agreements as well. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we integrate with both Twitter and Google. And for both of them, we're certified developers on both platforms. On Twitter, we actually have the highest permissions, which is read, write, and direct message. And then Google, I think it's the same thing. I forget what the classification is. So we do all our data integration, all of our kind of, I guess, sourcing of the data is 100% by the book, making 100% by the line of a lot of the developers. And that's one of the bigger issues nowadays is data privacy, is transparency. How does some of the companies that you work with acquire their data? Are they acquiring it in a authentic or an honest way? Or are they kind of building into scrapers or other third-party things that aren't necessarily authorized by the social media platform itself?
So you built a NLP, natural language processing system for emojis. And what I'm curious about is if people mostly use emojis based on what they actually mean, based on what they were designed for, or how people use them differently than they're designed. So like a happy face being used for anger or something in that kind of context. How do you differentiate between when people are using a happy face to mean happy and when people are using a happy face to mean horrible?
I guess there's a two-part answer to that. One, we analyze the context of the text as surrounding and then pair that with the emoji. So for example, if someone says, oh my God, I hate this, it's the worst shirt, and then does like a crying, like the laughing crying face, we're assuming that that's sarcasm based on the text and contextualizing the emoji. But also the NLP is really great for like the fire emoji or like the water drop emoji, which is like, like this is heat or like this is like super dope or whatever it may be. A lot of, I guess our generation, I'm 20, Swish is 21, kind of respond or reply using majority emojis oftentimes. So being able to garner that information and tell whether that person's engaging positively or negatively can be super helpful.
Hey, look, it's you, man.
It's the coat.
Yeah. Sorry, just wanted to shout him out.
Cool demo, guys. That was really cool. I got two questions. Why wouldn't an influencer use your platform? And why have you guys gone after athletes first?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time? Sorry, okay. Could you repeat that one more time?
Why would an influencer not use your platform? And why have you guys gone after athletes first?
Sure. So athletes, because we both love basketball, and my nickname is Swish, so there's a clear fit there. But no, honestly, I think the sports industry was something that we had a background in before, so we already had a really good network there. Wanted to start off there. We actually don't categorize our platform mainly for influencers. I think it's great for influencers to come on board. We've actually put out a pricing model that's very affordable for them, starting at $50 a month. But at the same time, what we're really trying to do is use them more as case studies for some of the bigger brands to run their customer loyalty programs programs entirely using this. So Air Canada, WestJet, companies like this that go on Twitter, they don't only see love, they see a lot of hate from people that miss flights, me, and at the same time also people that are delayed. And it would be really cool for them also to run their entire loyalty program on this platform as well.
Thank you.
Are you guys building a social graph based on this?
Could you elaborate on what you specifically mean by social graph? Like interactions based on people's like industry, like people within the retail industry tend to have this type of interaction based on.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the things that Swish mentioned. So one of our next integrations is we're going to be trying to build into CRMs or sales data. So be able to tell you in this industry, this is the overall sentiment. These are the most, I guess, influential people within that industry. So if we take a look at retail, these are what my top 500 most engaged fans are saying. These are what my top 500 most influential fans are saying. What are the comparisons and the contrasts there? And what is the sales data? Does that back up what they're saying or does it not? And then being able to kind of build a fan profile like that. And then based on that data, go out to other brands and find fans that engage in a very similar context and be able to then recommend those people to reach out and potentially bring them on.
Okay, so you mentioned industry as like a factor that connects people. Is there any other factors that you find are connecting people?
I've seen like geography, age, gender. Obviously, you know, a lot of the social APIs don't allow you to build into certain things like ethnicity or age or gender. Oftentimes, like I know Facebook doesn't let you. So obviously we do everything within the policies that we can, but one of the things that we've seen is geography, as Swish mentioned, being able to like look in, hey, in New York, like who are my top fans that are all in the retail space or in the sports space? And how can I bring them together and engage them with new content?
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.